Does it feel like there's chaos going on in the world right now? Gold and silver are soaring. There are some scary situations unfolding on our planet right now. We need to talk about those. There's also some interesting news stories that we need to talk about. These will impact the price of gold, will impact the price of silver. Let's talk about them right now. It didn't take long for things to get interesting in the gold and silver market. What's going on? Well, there's a confluence of events, both geopolitical and economic. On the economic front, we got big news this morning from the Bank of England. They've been having major turmoil over there in their bond market. We're having some turmoil here in the United States in our bond market as well, but nonetheless, the Bank of England announced an initiative to support the bond market, essentially quantitative easing. They were supposed to be doing quantitative tightening, right? Along with raising interest rates. It's all a big show of smoke and mirrors, but the net of the announcement today is a pivot to more loose monetary policy by the Bank of England. I think the world is starting to wake up that this financial system we have, held together by bubblegum and duct tape and all the massive amounts of debt and the natural force that's exerting, can only mean one thing in the long run, and that's easy money if they want this system to survive for just a little bit longer. Things are getting crazy out there, but you can always come to Ron's Basement. We will get through this together. You are always welcome here. I honor and consider it a privilege that from wherever you are in the world right now, you've decided to give me some of your precious time. If you enjoy my content, you can subscribe right here. I will put out a new video every single day. You got a friend for life. Share the video with anybody you like. Turn on the bell notification. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We want to learn from you. Now let's get back to the video. We are also seeing major interventions in Asia. I'll read the list to you. Taiwan, China, Japan, Indonesia, and India, all of them have had some form of central bank intervention announced in the last couple days because their systems over there are also falling apart. This uber strong dollar and the ultra aggressive stance by the United States Federal Reserve is sending economic reverberations all around the world. We feel like we are kind of moving into kind of a chaotic situation. We know that is good for the price of gold and silver. Let's talk about the geopolitical situation because things are downright scary right now in our world. It doesn't help that a few days ago, the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines were both damaged almost beyond repair by acts of sabotage. No one's really taking responsibility, but we do know that those pipelines were owned by the Russians and were a major source of revenue for the Russian economy. I have to think that most likely Vladimir Putin is not at all happy about the fact that these pipelines were essentially destroyed. We have the Russian leaders talking more about nuclear war. Downright scary. We have the Russians preparing later in this week to officially annex the parts of Ukraine that they acquired during their special operation. We have the United States Embassy in Moscow warning any Americans left there to leave the country immediately. Oof, it is getting downright scary out there, guys. Now, look, we don't have personally anything to do with this. We aren't making these decisions, so we don't have to like it, and we may not like it, but it is scary, and we do have to analyze it and realize what's going on. That's why we hold gold and silver, because they have been the timeless safety deposit against major geopolitical risk. Let's wrap up with a couple scary data points about the U.S. economy. We got home sales data today. 11-year low. What's most interesting about that is the fact that that was from August, and that was before mortgage rates and interest rates made their most recent large uptick. Things are not looking good in the home real estate arena. Also, Apple Computer put out some news that they're decreasing production. Apparently, sales of their new iPhones aren't going so well. I mean, who can afford a $1,000 cell phone or a $1,200 cell phone, right? We're just trying to put food in our stomachs and fuel in our car and pay for housing. Apple is showing what's going on in the real U.S. economy. And finally, we've got a hurricane getting ready to wipe out a big part of central Florida. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people down there. Please be safe. I wish I could have you here in Ron's basement in the middle of the country in St. Louis, because I can assure you we never get affected by hurricanes. But from what I understand, that is a very scary, very tough situation. Please be safe and know that we'll be thinking about you. Hey guys, there's a lot of chaos going on in the world right now. We'll navigate through this together. Come back to Ron's basement. I'll be waiting for you. Until next time, you be well.